Wow, it looks like we're live. Welcome everyone that's joined on this, my first ever Instagram live. And nice to have everyone here today. So I love to do these sort of things. And if anybody knows me, they know that I love to do everything unscripted. I love just doing things off the cuff and never rehearse things. I like to just literally just get out and do it. And especially for my first ever Instagram live video I'm doing today, that's exactly what I want to do. And I'm here today because I'm actually going to interview one of my former clients, a lovely lady called Becci Williams. And she is one of the most inspirational clients I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And she's had quite an amazing journey since she first came to see me and joined my program just over a year ago. And we've been in touch since, and I've been watching her little journey online, how she's developed as a person and what she's done in her own personal life. And quite honestly, she is very, very inspirational to me, and I'm dying to hear a lot more about how she's got where she is today and what she's planning to do for the future. So hopefully, Becci, if you're watching this now, that you can jump on board and we can get you joined in that conversation. And it looks like, sorry about the wobbly camera. It's on a funny type of tripod. So Becci, if you're there now, I've just sent you that little invitation. Hello there, Becci.
You made me blush.
In your lovely sunny conservatory.
Oh yes, it's lovely, lovely warm.
It looks nice and warm too. So how do you feel about this today? Are you nervous? Are you excited? How exactly would you say?
Nervous, excited. I don't get nervous much anymore, so it's a good nervous. Yeah, excited.
It is. It's like I've done quite a lot of live things recently, and I often think about the feeling that I feel when I'm doing these things, and I've decided to label everything excitement these days. In the past, I probably would have labelled it anxiety or nervousness and stuff, but I choose to label it as excitement because I think whenever we do anything new and different, we get a sensation that we're not even quite sure what it is. And I'm sure that you're feeling something inside of you now. And absolutely. So we met, roughly just over a year ago, would you say?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning, right at the beginning of 2020. Yeah.
So can you tell the viewers a little bit why you got in touch with me then in the first place?
I had hit rock bottom. My marriage had ended. I was in a new home, 3 kids on my own. Depression, drinking too much, and suicide. I had got to the point I was suicidal. And I'd gone to the doctors. They gave me antidepressants. I went to counselling, and counselling didn't help in a way, and the tablets made me worse.
Right.
So I went online and had to try and find help for myself and found you.
Okay. So obviously when you go online and you check out people like myself, there's loads of people that do similar things to I do.
Yeah.
What was it that made you think, well, Steve's the guy for me?
When you were local, I think that was a massive thing for me. When I actually needed to sort of see someone, and your website and your reviews on Facebook speak for themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you find the actual, the first time that we met, I guess you realised pretty quick that this wasn't counselling. It wasn't the usual style of therapy. How did you feel about that first session you had with me then?
I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed it because I could get off my chest what I needed to, and then you would just say, right, do you want to change that then? And just like that, we don't even need to go into it or have a conversation. Do you want to change it? Yeah. And from that instant, it clicks, and what you do works.
Yeah. I think anyone who ever works with me, they're probably quite surprised that I actually do most of the talking.
Yeah.
And I look at myself not so much as a therapist. I look at myself and think I'm more of a teacher. And what I really want to do with people is fill that gap of knowledge that person obviously doesn't have at that point, and give you the tools and the knowledge that maybe he would never maybe ever acquire.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you manage to put that stuff into practice, and what happened after that?
I didn't for a long time. I can honestly say that. I got the lessons through. I would read them, but I don't think it wasn't because lockdown hit not long after. March came about really quickly. And I think it was sort of halfway through sort of May, June time, even though I'd been following the lessons, it wasn't until then where I'd got to a point where I was overweight, eating and drinking too much again, and was like, I actually need to start following this and following it properly. And I did. I started listening to sort of the recordings every night when I went to sleep, and started bringing in the exercise, and everything just seemed to accumulate and go from there. But you need to put 100% into it. You can't just pick and choose what bits you do. Absolutely.
And I always say to people that when they join my program, it isn't a pick and choose list. Everything that we put on the program is things that we need to do.
Yeah.
It's not just saying, well, that sounds like the sort of thing I'd like to do. That's the bit I don't want to do. And I always use the analogy of the chair leg. Every one of the things we talk about is like a chair leg. If you miss one out, the chair gets all wobbly. If you miss two out, the chair falls over.
Yeah, you need all the pieces, and they're in an order for a reason. But I don't think until you've done it all that you see that sort of order and the rhythm with it.
Yeah. So compared to when you first came to see me and how you are now, what differences would you say you've seen in yourself?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. I'm 2.5 stone lighter. I smile.
Yeah.
I don't have bad days anymore. In fact, every day is a good day. I'm happier. My kids are happier. I'm healthier. And I've just got so much going on that I've just took from it, and I'm fitter.
Yeah. Well, that is a big aspect of your life too, fitness now.
Yeah.
And I've actually started following your fitness journey now, because I find it incredibly, inspirational to me. And it's really got me to the point where I'm personally using more cardio in my life now than before, through seeing what you've done. So I've inspired you, but you've in turn inspired me too.
Oh, wow.
Tell me a little bit more about how the running side of things started to trigger things off for you.
I had run years ago, on and off. Obviously, I joined the Navy, so it was a part of my life, keeping fit, but not massively. I mean, I'm fitter now than I was 20 years ago.
Really?
But I always knew exercise helped massively. And I thought, once I'd got into the program and we started talking about the fitness side of things, I started with the Couch to 5K. But then lockdown hit. I had 3 kids, so I wasn't going anywhere, and I couldn't go anywhere. So I didn't do anything until I think it was June time. Life started opening up. The kids started obviously going out again. And I was like, I had so much energy, anger, frustration that I needed to put it somewhere. And rather than put it, as bad as it sounds, into a bottle of gin and into the bar of the pub, I needed to find something else. And running, that was running for me massively. Running, just, I could cry, have my little outbursts, and the kids didn't see it, and I could just run off all of my frustration. But once I started, I couldn't stop. And then I was suddenly running because I enjoyed it, and I wanted to get better and beat times and just keep pushing.
So you almost like reinvented yourself, didn't you? Into this person that we now know, who's quite popular online, called the Running Mammy.
Yeah.
And And do you know what I really love about the stuff that you post? Is that it's just so real. It's just raw.
Yeah.
There's no pouting going on. You're not running with a full face of makeup. You're not in designer clothes. You are you. You're keeping it real. You know, your family comes first. Your running's part of that. You're showing that, yes, you can be a mum with 3 kids and you can still do it. Mm-hmm. That's something that you bring to the running mammy that is like, it's so real that anyone can be what you've created.
And that's it. That's exactly what I wanted to show. I didn't know where my running was going to go, or, you know, the speeds I was going to do. And, you know, and it led to sort of weight training and other exercises. But I suddenly realised, well, if I can do this with everything else I'm doing, so can the lady down the road. There was nothing special about what I did. It was just a case of, do you know what? I'm not sitting anymore. I'm going to get up and just go do it. And that was it. And that's what I tell myself every day now.
So can you tell us a little bit more about what you started doing at first, what you were capable of doing at first, and how that's progressed as things have gone on?
I started running, and I think I was running about 3 or 4 miles, and I just wanted to see how far I could go. In fact, to even just run without walking and stopping was a massive achievement, because with the Couch to 5K, you walked a lot, you ran a bit. Yeah. So when I started running again, I was just like, I'm just going to run. Even if it kills me, I'm just going to run and just get stuck straight into it. And then I remembered sort of the times I had to beat in the Navy to do my 1.5 miles, which was 13 minutes 15, I think, for 1.5 miles time. And that was something like around the age of 25. So I was like, I'm just going to aim for that. And then obviously I beat that. And then I found this fantastic running community, and it sort of went from there, you know, the 5K, the 10K to half marathon.
Right. So basically you've gone from from 5K running and stopping and walking and running and stopping and walking.
Yeah.
To what you're doing now?
I can run. Last Friday, I ran my 3rd half marathon, and I did it in 1 hour, 54 minutes at an easy pace. That wasn't pushing myself. That was just a nice, steady 8:45 minute mile.
Right. So obviously you've lost 2.5 stone.
Mm-hmm.
That must have made a big difference. When you first set off doing all this, was it to lose weight, or is that just a byproduct of it?
No, it was just a byproduct of it. I purely set off to run to sort of save my mind and give me something to focus on. It was never about, I wanted to get fit, but losing weight was never the massive issue with it.
No, I mean, I met you at the first time when you were like 2.5 stone heavier, and you weren't like an overweight woman.
No.
You were just like the regular sized lady that you see, you know, walking around. And I know that the last time I saw you, it was quite a shock, because you are athletic now. You've got an athletic build.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what difference it makes, that 2.5 stone off you. It's just made a massive difference, hasn't it?
Yeah, massively.
And what's that done to your self-esteem? Did you find that changed that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel a lot more confident in what I'm wearing. You know, I'll be honest and say I've never been a big busted lady. The one thing it hasn't helped with is I've lost even more off of there. But, you know, that's life. But on the flip side, my backside is looking the best it's done in a long time.
Well, it is all about the booty these days. It's all about the booty.
And, you know, and like I said, it's keeping it real. So for me, yes, I lost off the top half, but I gained on the bottom.
Yeah, cool. So in the future, what have you got plans for with your goals with your running in the future then?
what did I have? I wanted to do my 5K in sub 25. The day I actually decided to do that, I think I actually went out and did it. So that was a bit of a surprise. So that came quite quick. I wanted to do the 10K in sort of under 55, and I've done that. I've done now the half marathon in the under 2 hours. I have said I'd like to do a marathon this year. Yeah. If I do it, brilliant. If I don't and it doesn't fit in, it wouldn't be a massive issue. It will come at some point. I don't doubt it. It's just a case of when and if I can put the training in.
One of the parts of my program is probably one of the parts that most people don't really want to do in my anxiety program, which is the exercise part of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big believer in exercise for creating the serotonin levels, the diet and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't really understand or underestimate how important that is in mental health.
Yeah.
How important do you think that was in your mental health to change those aspects of your life?
Massive. Probably the biggest part of it. That and drinking less alcohol. Massive. Exercise is huge because it's sort of, it fills a void and it takes over from something else. And if you really enjoy it, I don't want to wake up with a hangover. On the days I haven't got the kids, I want to be out running and I've got too much to do and I don't want to waste a day. And I struggled. I tried it, you know. I haven't had a drink in 10 weeks, but when I did have a drink, I've tried to get up and go run, and it's not always your best work. And I much prefer not doing it and rather have the endorphins from the exercise.
Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that you can't have your drink, does it?
Oh, no. I mean, I haven't sat down and gone, I am teetotal, I'm not drinking anymore. I did make conscious effort back last summer to decide that I wouldn't drink as much as I had been, purely because I think it was becoming more of a, if things were stressing me out or I was getting upset over things, I'd go and have a gin, you know, or I'd sit and have a glass of wine. Where I've learned to use exercise and obviously things from your program to sort of do that for me instead.
One of the things I talk to people about on the program is something I call cause and effect. Everything we do has an effect. If you throw a pebble into a pond, it creates a ripple.
Yeah.
And when you start getting into exercise, it has a ripple in a very, very positive way, because when you start exercising, that has the effect of you start eating better foods, you start feeling better mentally, so then you start making better choices, better decisions. It has a massive, massive ripple across the whole thing. Did you find that with yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything you said there, I mean, I'm not the healthiest, you know, I'm very lazy when it comes to my food. But I had a friend, she's also on Instagram, The Fast Life. She does a lot of intermittent fasting. So that sort of came in alongside with you and the exercise. And I took bits off her where I don't tend to really eat after 6. And then I maybe won't eat until sort of midday. And I found that worked for me because whatever I was eating in sort of that short space of time, I would eat a lot more wisely and use it like protein and chicken, and I'd have a protein shake because I knew I would be training, so I knew I couldn't just live on junk food and crap. So it's sort of, it all comes hand in hand. You think more about what you're putting in to get out.
Absolutely. I think the biggest excuse that people always say, I don't have the time.
I don't. I absolutely didn't have the time. And, you know, it is easy to say that, but I made the time. You know, I spend 20 minutes every morning before the kids go to school. In fact, sometimes before I've even come downstairs, I do a 20-minute workout every day. You know, and that sets me up for the day. But to do that, I had to something else. Obviously, I had to cut something else out. So I stopped my scrolling on social media. I stopped getting up. You know, kids were watching the telly, watching their cartoons. Oh, I know, I'll make myself a coffee and I'll sit and scroll through Facebook and Instagram and everything else. Before you know it, half an hour's gone and you haven't done anything. And I was like, nah, I've got to start using this time more wisely, because my time it's precious and it's so full on. Everyone knows when you've got kids, you're here, there and everywhere. And obviously I juggle college as well. So I've had to just fit it all in.
Yeah. So let's see if we got this right. So you're doing college, you've got 3 young children.
Two little ones now, and I've got 2 big ones, but the 2 big ones, they're at their dad's. They stay there.
Yeah.
They're all me and the boys, the 2 little ones,
so
all the time.
your life is pretty much jam-packed.
Yeah.
But what you do now is you prioritise your health, because you know that helps with your mental health. And not only that, your kids see that too. You're teaching them your kids about health.
Yeah.
So you truly are an inspiration.
Thank you.
So I just want to finish off of this today by saying, what's next for Becci?
What's next for Becci? I've got to go. I'm going back to work. I was debating about doing it sooner rather than later, as in the immediate future, but I'm actually going to give myself a bit of a break. I've got college to finish up July. I've got maths to finish up next month. So I'm going to give myself the summer with the kids and a few weeks of no studying and just being mum and me. And then I'll start pushing forward again come the autumn, because I need a job, I need a career. And my boys need to see that, yeah.
Well, you are someone who really epitomises everything that I created that programme for. You are the person that just does it. You know, It's not the easiest thing in the world, is it?
Not at all.
But nothing ever good in life is it?
No, if you want something, you've got to, no one else can do this for me. No one else can get me through a college course or get me running a half marathon. The only person I'm accountable to is me. And if I'm not at my best, my kids don't see me at my best. And then it's that knock-on effect to everything.
It is. It's cause and effect in action. And it is one of the key things on the programme is take responsibility for yourself, your life, your circumstances, own your life, own your circumstances. And once you stop looking for excuses and blaming other people for your problems, then that's the confidence comes from that point there. So I just really want to say you are truly inspiring. I'm sure people will enjoy this little video today. And thanks for coming on. And we'll see you very soon, no doubt.
Thank you very much.
I'll be keeping in. I'll be keeping stuff.
Thanks, Steve.
You take care. And thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure there'll be more videos to come. So everybody have a fantastic night, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.